Welcome back to Kettlebells and Cocktails. We are so excited to bring you yet another edition of the Weekly Buzz. Joe is here from the Morning Chalk Up. How's it going, Joe?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's a gloomy Monday, but it's
Mm.
brightening my day to see you.
No, it's great to see you too, and I'm happy to be here.
You are now with this new effort, the Weekly Buzz, going to bring us some of the top stories and headlines from the morning chalk up so that we can get a little bit of a jump start to the news that's happening within the CrossFit community this week. And I'd love to start off with some competition news. What has been going on the elite side of that?
Yeah, sounds great. Let's start there. So we've got some tier Wodapalooza updates. The online qualifier kicked off this past weekend. If you are participating in that qualifier, your scores are due by 8 p.m. Eastern time today. That'll be for workouts 1, 2, and 3. There's another weekend of workouts coming up, but you can register, drop those scores in on Competition Corner. I spoke with Dylan Malitsky and the folks at Loud and Live. That leaderboard is updating in real time.
Oh,
So as
cool.
soon as you finish your scores, drop them in, you're on the leaderboard. I took a quick look earlier. The one really notable athlete that I see up there so far is Rebecca Fusilier on the
Nice.
women's side. They're cleaning up any obviously false scores in this first round, but they'll do a full video review once all of the workouts are complete in week 2.
Nice. I
Um,
love the gaming on the leaderboard. I love to see who's dropping in their scores right away, who's waiting to see what kind of happens and then is putting things in at the very last minute. So
So looks like what, about 5.5 hours from when we're recording until the deadline. They had 3 workouts for the first week of the qualifier. A 15-minute AMRAP with some front squats, burpees over the bar, toes to bar, with an ascending weight on the barbell there. The second workout looks really fun. In 5 minutes, find a 1 rep max complex of 1 snatch and 2 hang snatches, but there's one caveat there. The tiebreaker is max overhead squats after the complex. So you hit that second hang snatch and go right into a max unbroken set of overhead squats.
ooh,
And then the third one, kind of an interval style, 15, 20, 25, with a bunch of movements, row calories on the rower, wall balls, pull-ups, things like that. Alternating dumbbell snatch, but the right arm and the left arm together count as one. So you're really doing double that number. A 1 minute rest after each round.
that sounds terrible. All of those sound terrible. Did you do them, Joe? Are you participating in
I
all those also?
am not participating, although I really like that complex.
I know that
I
looks like
may give that one a
fun.
try.
That's the kind of
Um,
thing that I would like to watch. I always love, watching the elite athletes throw around the heavyweights. So
I will definitely not be doing the 15, 20, 25 workout.
all set.
Other big news from Wodapalooza, the prize purse was announced last week. So the 2024 prize purse is $567,000 total.
Dang. Okay.
To put that into perspective, in 2022, the prize purse was 480,000.
Hmm.
Last year, 500,000. This year, 567.
Okay.
The way that'll pay out on the individual leaderboard, spots 1 through 10 will pay out starting at 75,000 for first place and then going down to 1,000 for 10th. Elite teams of 3, they'll pay out now first down to 10th as well. That's a change for this year. Last year, the elite teams paid out down to the 5th place spot. This year, all the way down to the 10th place spot. In the divisions, Masters divisions will pay $2,000 for first place, and Masters RX teams will get 4,000. Adaptive, 2,000 for first, 1,000 for second, 500 for third, and also new this year is the Latin American Cup. So that's a separate division that's going to feature 20 athletes from various Latin American countries, 20 of the best athletes, and they'll perform the RX division workouts in their own competition at Wodapalooza. First
Mm.
place earns $5,000, second place 3,000, third place $1,000.
Cool. I
So
love to
yeah,
see it. I love to see like an increase across the board in the payouts. I do think that as a community in general, we have more work to do to make sure that these athletes have an ability to make a way of life out of these competitions and out of this as a career. But and any and every time I hear a competition, pouring more resources into prize purses, paying out further down the line, recognizing that these athletes are paying their own way. It's expensive to get plane tickets and hotels and stuff. It's always really nice to see those numbers increasing. So it's good to know.
100%. And as Wodapalooza is one of the highest
Mhm.
payouts, of the year, but of the off season for sure, and seeing that prize purse grow year over year is great news for everybody.
Cool. Very cool. All right, Joe, take us around the world.
Yeah,
What else is happening?
let's go to the Down Under Championship. Those qualifiers wrapped up. The competition itself, it's the biggest in Australia. It takes place in early December this year, the 1st through the 3rd. So that online qualifier wrapped up, and a little bit of controversy. If you've ever competed in a local competition, maybe a local throwdown, you see some maybe higher level athletes competing in the scale division. I remember my first local competition, there was a clean and jerk workout, and one of the folks in the scale division was clean and jerking, I think 325 or 335. Um,
Yeah,
in the
we've all been there.
review,
We've all seen it for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
In the review of the scores, it came to be apparent that some of the intermediate teams actually placed in the top 500 in the Worldwide Open. And so those athletes were rolled into the elite division. So, according to a statement from the organizers, they contacted the athletes, they rolled them into the elite division. No other real issues with that, but they wanted to make sure that the qualifier was fair for everybody and everybody was seated in the correct division for their skill level.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so the rosters will be finalized by the end of September, September 27th, and there's a team division, masters divisions, intermediate teams, and elite individuals. In addition to the qualifiers at the elite indie and elite team level, there will be slots held open for games athletes who want to make the trip and compete in the event. Last year, Noah Olson, Chandler Smith, Lauren Fisher, Saxon Panchik all made the trip and competed at the Down Under Championship. So we'll have to keep our eyes on that field and see what games athletes from other places might make the trip.
Oh, that'd be awesome. They always host such an amazing competition. They have like their organization is so great. Like everything that goes on down there is really down under, if you will. Is really awesome and fun to watch. So I can't wait to see how that all shakes out.
Yeah, it's at a good time too, right at the beginning of
Mhm.
December there, in between a couple of other major off-season events, so that's great. Let's go on to the Rogue Invitational.
Ooh, okay. I'm very excited about how things are shaking out over here.
So we talked about this, you and I, last week,
Mhm.
and the roster is rounding out. We are now up to 38 total athletes who have been announced.
Okay.
We've got the qualifiers out of the queue that we talked about. We had some athletes who had been announced last week before we recorded, and now we've got almost a full roster. On the men's side, since we last spoke, we've got Janikowski, Dallin Pepper, Noah Olson, Brent Fikowski, Roman Krennikov, and Patrick Vellner. On the women's side, Alexis Raptis, Alex Gazan, Gabby Magawa, Ariel Lowen, Emma Lawson, and Laura Horvath. So
Dang.
that, as I said, brings us to 38 of an assumed
Mm.
40. On the men's side, no Jeffrey Adler as of yet. We have to assume that he's been invited and will likely accept. On the women's side, that's where the speculation is that Tia Claire Toomey will be announced as receiving the final women's invitation. We don't know.
I would lose it. Oh my god, it
I
would
think
be
everybody
so
would.
fun. It would be so fun to see her
Mhm.
hit the competition floor again. Man, I wonder what what she thinks is the smartest move for her, right? Like, is it better to get out there and to be like, "I'm here, I'm training, I'm back in the game, like, be afraid, everybody," or is it like, "Man, I don't know if I'm right." Like, she probably can't step out onto the competition floor until she feels confident that she could win again,
Oh, I think for sure.
right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm of 2 minds here. One example, one pathway could have been maybe hop on one of those elite teams at the Down
Yeah.
Under Championship
Oh,
and
that's
come
fun.
back in Australia, or she's got great history of competing at Rogue, has always done, I think, has always won when she's competed there.
Mm.
So, an obvious great choice for her too.
Well, that would be so cool as a fan, as a mom, to watch her just,
Yeah.
kind of start her comeback, whatever it may look like. It would be really awesome to see her out there on the floor. So keep all my fingers and toes crossed that that is the news that we are all waiting for. But Joe, they'll have to announce it soon, right? Like, isn't
I would expect this week.
yeah, because the competition is when.
The competition is at the end of October.
Okay, so yeah, it's people. We got to make moves here, people.
Yeah, we
Let's
gotta
figure
make
it out.
moves. Exactly. One last bit of news before we shift over to some affiliate and community news. For those focused on social media, may have noticed last Friday that Andrew Hiller, one of the well-known content creators and podcast hosts, YouTube hosts, disappeared from Instagram. It's not entirely clear how or why his page was taken down. We did reach out to ask Andrew for a comment, and referring to his account, he said it would be back stronger than ever. He said, I think it will be fun to see what it looks like to rebuild it from scratch. Well,
Hmm.
we didn't have to wait too long. On Sunday, an Instagram account was opened under the name HillerFit 2.0, and the description of his account reads, Hidden in the chaos is the element waiting to strike like snakes. And I'm there too watching. When, as of our recording here, he's got about 3,500 followers and 4 posts so far.
From social media into the CrossFit community, what is going on sort of on the affiliate side of things right now?
Yeah, so we featured a couple of cool stories in the past week here on the affiliate side. Really excited to talk about this one. Core City Kids. Core City Kids was founded by Helen Taylor, who was a martial arts coach, transitioned into CrossFit in Detroit, and she started coaching at a place called Core City Fitness. She felt like the kids in her neighborhood had very little access to CrossFit and convinced her gym owners to allow her to start a kids program. After some fits and starts trying to get a group of kids involved in the program, she lucked out and found a teacher at a nearby school who was really interested. The teachers, and this is so cool, the teachers came together and put their money together and were able to pay for a group of kids, about 12 of them,
Mm.
to take a 6-week trial run of the kids program. Turned out to be
Mm.
successful. Taylor was able to get a nonprofit status for her program,
Cool.
and yeah, and so now she is able to run 2 classes twice a week and has a waiting list. So she's making a big impact there. What's even cooler, former teen games athlete Sophie Shaft, who lives just outside of the Detroit area, drives in to help coach the kids with Helen Taylor.
Get out. That's great.
Yeah, I think that's super cool. It's a super
Wonderful.
cool story. Interestingly, she doesn't use the CrossFit Kids methodology. She teaches the CrossFit classes as just your regular, like, adult CrossFit class. So they're getting all of the training that you might from your regular affiliate class.
Hey, listen, CrossFit adult classes do the friggin' pizza ab mat game as the warm up too. So I don't see a huge difference oftentimes between the kids classes and the adult classes. But I do think that this is a really wonderful way we are consistently talking about how to bring more people who maybe don't have access to our training methodology into the program for all aspects of health and wellness, be them physical and mental. And I think that finding a way to get more kids involved from a young age is really just going to help build the next generation of strong, secure, wonderful humans. Help
Oh,
us
yeah.
move this whole methodology along.
Yeah, 100%. And even more, the kids got a chance to go down to Three Rivers, Michigan for the Pit Fitness Teen Throwdown and
Yes.
had a great experience down there. They're a little too young to compete yet, but they were able to watch the competition, get out on the competition floor, do workouts with some of the athletes and things like that. So, just a super cool story of bringing CrossFit training to a place that was struggling with access
Yeah,
prior.
and our teen athletes are now real role models,
Oh,
which is
100%.
wild. It's crazy to think of how far we've come and how much we've grown. It's really beautiful to see. And shout out to teachers who already have enough on their
Yeah.
plates. Good lord. And then taking this on, that's really amazing work. Really
Such a cool
great.
story. One more, the Ultimate Hawaiian Trail Run. They partnered with HWPO Training and celebrating their 10th anniversary in Kauai. It's the biggest fundraiser of the year for the Keala Foundation, which was founded by Aaron Hoff. The mission of the Keala Foundation is to help Hawaiian youth use CrossFit and fitness to either avoid or to get healthy, fit, get clean from using drugs and alcohol. So Hoff runs 4 nonprofit CrossFit gyms in Kauai, and over the years, the CrossFit community has helped to raise more than $2.5 million for the Keala Foundation
Wow.
through the trail run and other fundraisers. So the cool thing with this connection to HWPO is that if you were unable to attend the race this past weekend in Kauai, you can still participate on September 30th. There is the Ultimate Hawaiian Challenge, which is taking place remotely. You can sign up anywhere. You can sign up as an individual. You can sign up with a team of folks from your gym. Your entire gym can sign up, and you'll do a workout programmed by HWPO. A portion of your registration fee will go to the Keala Foundation,
Cool.
and you'll be put in the running for some pretty cool prizes. An assault bike is one of them I saw. It's a cool prize. If you get it, then you have to use it,
I was gonna
so
say, you say cool prize, but no, that is a badass prize
that is a
and
cool prize.
yeah.
So if you are interested, you can go to the morning chalk up story on the Ultimate Hawaiian Trail Run, follow the link there and sign up, get your gym to sign up, and do some good with the Keala Foundation.
That is so cool. It's really wonderful to see the CrossFit community coming out for an organization as wonderful as the Keala Foundation. I know people who go out to the trail run every single year and they say it gets better and better every time they go. So I've not personally had a chance to get out there, but I would really love to. And if you haven't and want to participate, this is just an incredible organization that does wonderful work for the kids out there. And really, I think anyone who becomes involved feels very, very enriched. So if this is something that calls to you, reach out to them for more information on how you can get involved even outside of just the one event a year because they do wonderful work all year round.
Yeah, thank you, Nikki. That was the week in news.
That's awesome, Joe. Thank you so much for coming on. Thanks for letting us know what the headlines were. We look forward to the weekly buzz with you every single week. And for everyone listening, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will chat with you all soon.